Sometimes we don't get what we think we want so that we can get what we truly want. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jay. This space is all about mindset, growth, and embracing our unique journeys. Today I wanted to talk about rejection, specifically job rejection, because it sucks and it is so hard when you are applying for all these jobs, when you're having interviews and you're getting ghosted, and it makes you question everything. I remember I was questioning myself, I was questioning my path, I was questioning my choices, I was even questioning my past and the decisions that I had made. I want to share how rejection has actually led me to a life that truly aligns with the things that I wanted. You know, I think last year has been really difficult in terms of the job market. I know a lot of people who have been struggling to find jobs and being unemployed, and I can completely relate to that. Rejection isn't always a stop sign, but rejection is and can be redirection. And I'm going to share my story. For context, I did an internship in music. I was in the marketing department. That job was my first corporate job. It was in the music industry. I secured that internship in August 2021. I finished that internship in August 2022. After my internship, I decided to do my master's. My master's was in music, songwriting, and production. So before I finished, I knew that I wanted to or needed to get a full-time job after my master's. So I started applying for jobs. Even before I'd finished, I applied for a job, got an interview, so I was so excited. I had the interview. Yeah, I feel like the interview did go well. They said they were looking to hire quickly, so it was going to be a fast process. So I thought, okay, I'll hear back soon. And it had been like a week or two and I still hadn't heard anything from HR. So I sent HR a follow-up email and nothing, as in I was ghosted. I didn't hear anything about it and I was so upset about it. I was applying for other jobs. The thing is, at this point, I already had preferences of the kind of job that I wanted. I wanted to do more freelance or part-time work. So I finished my master's applying for jobs. There was a job that had come up on LinkedIn and it was for another company within the music industry, and it was meeting the requirements that I required. So the job was part-time in the music industry and it was like an admin job, and I was like, this is perfect because my music industry experience was marketing and heavily admin based. I knew someone who worked there. I am going to reach out to this person. I reached out to them, sent them my CV and everything. They were like, thank you for sending it. And I was like, okay, awesome. Didn't hear anything. I was just like, oh my gosh. A few weeks later, or a month later, I end up getting a message from this person and they were like, oh, this job has come up, you know, would you be interested? And it was a full-time position in marketing. I was just like, whoa, like this is crazy, because like I said, even though I wanted to do more part-time freelance work, I was happy about working full-time in an industry that I really cared about and could, you know, continue to learn about and everything. I was like, yep, definitely. It all felt like everything was kind of aligning, and I was just like, yeah, things are aligning, like I'm gonna get this job. I had the interview and the interview went so well. You know, they were talking about when you have your next interview, make sure you know, do this, say this. So it's like it felt like I had already secured like a second interview. I went home feeling so confident. I was so excited because I was like, I'm gonna get this job. So I was thinking, oh my days, I'm at least gonna have a second interview, you know. So I was excited about that. I felt really confident. And then it'd been a week later and I hadn't heard anything. And I was like, okay, I know it's kind of like, this was like around this time last year. So I thought, okay, maybe they're getting ready for Christmas now. Offices are starting to close at this time, right? So I sent a follow-up email, no response. Crickets. No response. I was like, okay, you know, again, maybe it's because it's Christmas, maybe they'll get back to me in the new year. The new year comes and I'm literally like anticipating an email from them, you know, an email about the job, an email to say, you know, you're through to the next round. I was just expecting to hear something, and weeks are going by, nothing. We get to February, nothing, and I was ghosted again, from an interview, ghosted again, and it knocked me for six. Like, I was gutted, and this really put me in a bit of like a really low place. It had me really questioning myself, like, am I not good enough? And it kept toying with my mind, like, I know what I actually want. I know that I actually want to get into freelance work, but I really wanted the security, but I knew where my heart was. And then another job came up that I had applied for and got a job interview secured. And again, it was another full-time job in the music industry, in marketing. At this point, really starting to feel the desire more for freelance work. I was applying for this job. Okay, if this is where I'm meant to be, the door is going to open. If this is not where I'm meant to be, then that door is not going to open. I had the interview, smashed it, because I got to the second round, and the second round was the final round. I had to do a presentation. Oh my days. I put blood, sweat and tears into this presentation. I even had one of my good friends, she helped me go through it and helped me. I was committed, because I was like, I don't know, I might get this job, I might not, and I wanted to be open. Did the presentation, it went well. I think it was a few days later. As soon as I saw the email said, regarding your application, I just cried. Like, I just cried because, I put everything into that presentation. I put everything into those interviews, presentation. It was tough. I cried, and I just was like, I'm staying in bed the rest of the day, And this is the thing. Remember, I said I made that prayer that, God, if this is the job for me, you're going to open the door. God, if this job isn't for me, you're not going to open that door. And what happened? He did not open that door. He did not open that door. I remember I was feeling disappointment. I was just crushed. I was like, oh my days, I have to keep looking for jobs. I'm like, oh my days, like, it's such a job in itself, and it's such a process that really can take a toll. But after the disappointment, I felt relief that I didn't get the job. I felt relief that I didn't get the job because I knew it wasn't what I truly wanted. I knew that I wanted to be a freelancer, and I wanted to do that because I knew that I wanted to be able to have the time to work on my crafts, to make music, to do acting courses. This is why I feel that rejection is redirection, because all that rejection from all the jobs, and these are just the jobs that I had interviews with. There were so many other jobs that I had applied for that I didn't even get an interview for. If I had got any of those jobs, I would not have the life that I have now. I would not be doing what I'm doing now. And what am I doing now? I am self-employed, and I am a freelancer. I wouldn't be working on TV and film sets for TV shows I was watching when I was younger, or for these massive like Hollywood film productions. I wouldn't be working, with all these cool brands with the event work that I do. I've had time to work on my music. I've had time to work on my craft. I've had time to do acting workshops, and I signed with an agent this year. I actually signed with 2 agents this year. I did not even think that was going to be possible. Would that have happened if I got any of those jobs? Probably not. Rejection sucks. It's so painful, but sometimes that rejection is aligning you for something even greater, for something better. It could be aligning you towards where you actually need to be. It could be aligning you to the things that you actually want to do. Like I said, I knew I really wanted to be self-employed and freelance, but I was scared because I knew that there wouldn't be necessarily job security. It's such a trust the process, trust the doors that close, trust the rejection, because there is always a reason for it, and we're not going to understand it at the time. I'm still figuring it out, I'm still learning, I'm still trying to figure things out. Sometimes the painful no's are the ones that bring us closer to our true path. All that pain actually turn into something so beautiful. If you're dealing with rejection right now, take a step back. What if this isn't a setback, but a redirection to something greater? I think it's so easy for us to take rejection personally. I wish I didn't take it so personally. It's easier said than done, but remember, it's not personal. Being rejected from a job, rejected from an opportunity, it's nothing to do with you. How I like to think about it, that job just wasn't for me. Sometimes it's bigger than just a job. Where you're meant to be, there's so much intention and purpose behind it that it's bigger than just the job. It's bigger than just the money. It's about the people that you're meant to meet and connect with. It's about the people that you're meant to help. It could be for any reason. So sometimes when you don't get a job, about you being in the right environment with the right people. So when you get rejected from a job, sometimes it's because that wasn't the right environment for you. Maybe those weren't the people that you needed to connect with. Because sometimes God doesn't just want to give you a job, He wants to give you a career. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes God doesn't just want to give you a job, He wants to give you a career. And He might need you to be on that path of trusting the process and trusting Him and preparing you for something greater than you can even imagine. Think about what you really want. Think about where you want to work. Think about the industry you want to work in. Think about the things that you want to learn. Think about the kind of roles that you actually want to do. Because I think that, narrowing it down to what it is that you really want is also something that can really help. And, maybe you don't want to work in this particular industry that you have all the experience for. Maybe you also want to be self-employed. Maybe you want to freelance. Being rejected, and when it happened to me, it made me reflect, like, what is it that I really, really, really want? What is it that I really want to go after? And take advantage of being unemployed, trying to think of like the blessings in front of you and being grateful for time. Like maybe you can pick up a new skill. Maybe you finally have time to learn the guitar. Maybe you have time even to just be with yourself. And I feel like in that time of being unemployed or really actively applying for these jobs, it just gave me the opportunity to get closer to God, spend more time praying and reading my Bible and spending time with God. I was journaling, I was spending time with myself, I was learning about myself. It is so hard being rejected, and when you're having constant rejection, when you're trying to get a job. I remember I really lost my confidence. I was questioning myself. I was like, why am I being rejected? Is it because I went into the master's? I was just questioning everything. I know how hard it can be. But when you get that opportunity, when you land that job, it will make so much sense as to why you didn't get those other jobs. And it's hard as well. Like, I would also say being on LinkedIn and you're seeing people like get this job and that job, I was comparing myself. I was like, oh my days, they're getting a job, I'm not. It's because I didn't do X, Y, Z, and starting to compare yourself. But again, like, they got that opportunity because that was the opportunity for them, and it will be your turn. It will be your turn. Remember that what is for you is for you. You don't have to chase it. You won't have to force it. It will just be yours. And trust the process, trust the timing. Everything happens in the timing that it's supposed to. And I know that's so difficult. It's so tough, but everything happens in the time that it's supposed to. So trust in the timing as well. And it's one of those things that we just cannot control. All we can really do as well is do our part. The whole point in it taking time is so that you don't settle. It's so that you can land your dream role. It's so that you can get the job that truly aligns with you. You will get there. You will land your dream role. You will get your dream job in your dream career. Trust that it's already out there for you, and it's just a matter of time. I really hope this video encouraged you if you are currently looking for a job, if you're unemployed, if you're thinking about going down uncharted waters and trying something different. I really hope that this video gives you hope. And if this video resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Maybe you faced a lot of job rejection this year and now you've landed your dream role, or maybe like me, you're now freelancing and self-employed, or if you just need a bit of a boost and you're struggling, let us know so that we can encourage you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video.